This is a dangerous group, the groups that we're dealing with now. This is a dangerous group, the groups that we're dealing with now. This is a dangerous group, the groups that we're dealing with now. This is a dangerous group, the groups that we're dealing with now. This is a dangerous group, the groups that we're dealing with now. This is a dangerous group, the groups that we're dealing with now. This is a dangerous group.
Hey, what's up, Mafia? What's up, 24/7 Buff Pandemonium? It's Scott and Swank for the Scott and Swank's pre-draft show.
Yo!
Booyah! We've got two more of these guys, and we're actually doing something a little special for these last two shows. Um, Initially, we were just going to highlight a player every week, and obviously, after the free agency went on, and the closer we get to the draft, we're actually doing something a little different today. As you see on the monitor on your screen there, I have PFF's mock draft simulator, and it's something I'm very familiar with. I love doing this. So what we're doing today is we're actually getting the Mafia involved. Swank, we're going to have them help us make some picks. We're not going to highlight any players today, maybe talk a little bit about the ones we potentially are going to pick, but we're going to go through all 7 rounds, just the Buffalo Bills, and we're going to select our 2022 class. How's that sound, Swank?
Sounds awesome. Hey,
and I'd like to start off by saying happy Easter to everyone.
Happy
Sunday. I almost said happy Thanksgiving.
I had turkey yesterday for my pre-Easter meal, so I was doing that all day. Like, maybe we should go around the table and say what we're thankful for. I wanted to say, since we got the Mafia helping us out over here, I just wanted to do a little comment shout out because we got this awesome new feature where we can put your comments up as they come in. We got Rob Mullen, we got Paul Rossi, John Johns, happy Easter, all my Mafia friends, to you and yours. We got Dalton Smith, what's up? We got Buffalo Spartan.
This is Sparta.
He says, happy Easter, 24/7 fam. Happy Easter, brother. We got you, bro. Hey. Oh, no, that's you. This is your bro. Hey. I love this show. He's trying to, I think he's acting incognito, oh, what's this show, guys?
Yeah. Did you guys hear about the show that they do at 11 o'clock a.m. on Sundays? Weird. Join me.
A lot of cheer and good times. Bills Mafia, Allentown, get ready to make some draft picks. That's right, Scott. I'll throw yours right up there, right up at the top.
Well, thank you, Swank.
Yeah, you're welcome, buddy.
Dalton, Bills Mafia, Allentown. And I was just talking to Swank a little bit before the show started about Allen and how lucky we are to have our quarterback and how lucky we are not to have to go into a draft for the next 6 years to think about a quarterback. And he was actually at the Buffalo Sabres game yesterday, pepping up the players, giving them high fives and all that stuff. And the reason I'm bringing this up is because the recent news of Kyler Murray. I'm a quarterback guy, so when I hear this kind of stuff, it kind of really annoys me. For those of you who don't know, Kyler Murray signed 2 years ago. He's on his third year of his contract, signed a 4-year contract with Arizona Cardinals, $36 million, all of which is guaranteed, is now going to hold out until he gets a new contract settled. So annoying. I just can't get over that kind of entitled nonsense. I know he's got a contract with the MLB and all that stuff, but man, you made one Pro Bowl. You've taken your team to the playoffs once in a wild card game and you lost, and now you're demanding more money or else you're not going to play. Tell me we dodged a bullet.
A huge bullet. I've never really liked him, man. I know he's a freak athlete. There's just something about his attitude, and I don't know. This speaks volumes to what I've already thought he was, and if I was a Cardinals fan, man, I would be completely destroyed right now. You think you got it made? You think you're set? You're on the uptick. Just, now all of a sudden you're a prima donna quarterback who has he led them to a playoff game yet?
They went to the wild card this past year.
The wild card 1 year.
And they lost to the Rams. Yep.
And they lost to the Rams. Okay. Super Bowl champions, fine, whatever. 1 year, and now you're going to sit here banging on the door for a contract. I don't know. Play out your contract, man. Play it out. I can see where Diggs was at. You know what I mean? A little bit, but even us, we were saying I don't even think it was that big a deal. It could have happened next year. It could have happened whenever. He already had a big deal, but he's done a lot for the team. Multiple playoff runs in the 2 short years that he's been here. Getting into a wild card one time. I don't know. It just it seems to be too much to me, man. I miss that old school mentality of just being grateful for what you got and moving forward with your head down.
Well, Swank, I mentioned his contract he signed as a rookie was a 4-year, 36 million. He's making he's making all that money. It's guaranteed. I didn't throw in there his 5th year option at which he would be paid, I think 26 to 27 million dollars. So
Yeah,
on a 5-year contract, he's making $60 million, and yet he wants to sit out.
sure.
That's nuts to me. I just had to bring that up, guys, because I'm like I said, I'm a quarterback guy, and when something goes like that in the league, I mean, you can bring up Tua for what he's gone through and what he's put up with, and he's still grinding.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Two polar opposites, and this guy, it drives me crazy when people sign contracts and then say they're not going to play until something else is done. That just you want to know what grinds my gears?
We got Rob Mullen saying, has Murray even finished a season yet? That's a good question. I think he's had one full season, right? Maybe.
Maybe.
Has he had one season where he hasn't missed a game? It's I don't know. It's just annoying, man. It's got to be so annoying to be an Arizona Cardinals fan with that news breaking, you know? Like I said, almost like, God, with like the Texans and all that Watson stuff, right? Like before we knew what Watson was, like as a person, as opposed to a football player. You sitting there, you're thinking like, wow, we're building something back. Like we're going to be good. And then you trade away DeAndre Hopkins. You get rid of your like decade player in J.J. Watt, and then this happens with Watson, and he wants to sit out anyway, and
then you get rid of some of your linemen.
Yeah, your linemen, and you're in a dumpster fire rebuild that rivals that of the Jets. But.
I love it. So, guys, Swank, we're gonna do a little draft. Did you see? I'm kind of, I don't have any rights for PFF, and we don't have any contracts signed. But this is something that I wanted to. I'm kind of gonna help them out a little here by bragging and showing you guys how user friendly this PFF mock draft thing is. But we're gonna go through this draft together. Each round we'll pick. I will show you the surrounding players. PFF usually has their best players available as you pick them, and then and I want you guys to be active in the comments, because this is how we're going to probably draft our players as we go. But we're going to have a lot of fun with it, and we'll see who comes up as you get closer to the week of the draft. These get a little harder to do because I think they modify them a little bit, or it modifies itself. It's pretty sweet. So you ready to go? As you guys see, I got the 25th pick here with the Bills. We're going to go 7 rounds. And we're only picking for the Buffalo Bills. Now, we've already discussed before, Swank, that we're going cornerback, but this is going to humble us, I think, when we realize that it might not be that easy.
The best availables, yeah.
Yep. All right, guys, let's do it. You ready, Swank?
Yeah, buddy.
All right, here we go. Enter the draft. We're going to start this bad boy. He's not going to make any trades. All right, we got Emma Gardner already off the board. If you're watching, guys, it's going to go by slowly here. Derek Stingley off the board. So Trent McDuffie. We got some cornerbacks flying off the board, which to me would suggest, Swank, that we should probably grab one in this first round.
Yeah, I mean, as long as the value's there, right? You know where I'm at. I want corner. If we get here and there's no corner available that we love, trade that pick away for everything.
All right, so Swank. Our first draft that we did, the first Sunday we did it, we picked Andrew Booth Jr.
Yep.
And if you see what PFF's got down here, they do have Andrew Booth Jr. down here. A tackle, also quarterback we don't need. Ajabo, who's injured, Achilles tear. That was a sad scene. Did you see him do that?
No.
He was in the combine, and right during the combine, he tore his Achilles, and some of the coaches just walked by him. Didn't even look down.
I did see that video. Okay. I didn't know that was him. Yeah.
Yeah, poor guy.
That's lame.
So Mafia, 24/7 Buff Fandemonium group. Who should we pick? I'm gonna lean towards this Andrew Booth fella. Swank, 6 foot, 190 pounds.
Yeah, I mean that's where I'm going too. Rob says Booth or Elam. If we got anybody out there that wants to weigh in, we'll do it, man. We'll take some input, but right now it looks like it's 3 votes for Booth, 1 for Elam.
Yep.
Dalton Smith says Booth.
Okay.
I think everybody wants him.
Let's go Booth. I mean, he's not. I have a lot of mock drafts saying he's not even going to be available there, so that's a steal. Let's do it.
Yep.
Andrew Booth is our first round draft pick, guys. Congratulations. We just changed that young man's life forever. So now here's the question, Fandemonium. If the cornerback is still available, top 10, there's a guy by the name of Jalen Petrie who's coming up the ranks. I'm a fan of his. He plays for not a very big school, Baylor. but he's 5'11", 200 pounds. He's going late first, early second. So I feel if we catch him late in the second round, I think he'll be a steal.
Hell yeah. We got our boys and girls over at Buffalo Autographs weighing in saying Happy Easter. Buffalo Autographs, man. Best sponsor of any
Happy
sponsor.
Easter.
What's up, guys?
Happy Easter. Ryan and Katrina over there, they do a good job. If you guys are looking for jerseys, they do razzes and raffles. And then if you just want to straight up buy one, go to buffaloautographs.com and they got some good stuff. So Swank, this is somewhere where there's a lot of options here. I know we want corner, but it looks like in the depth of the cornerback position, as I'm scrolling down, we've got a ways to go, and it would potentially be a reach to get another corner.
Yeah, so I don't want to do that.
Right. And a couple of the other Bills' needs, I know that a lot of times wide receiver would go in the first round with like Treylon Burks or even Olave out of Ohio State. You can always use linemen. This Abraham Lucas guy is a pretty good guy. He's out of Washington State. He's also someone that could be a depth for Deion Dawkins behind Doyle and Spencer Brown. We could definitely use a tackle, but should we take one this early? That'll be interesting. I myself, Fandemonium, let us know who you want in the second round here. I'm going to go after this Abraham Lucas guy. Big presence, and you know what the cool thing about PFF here is you can click on him. 6'6", 315 pounds. He's averaged the bottom line fourth round, so that would be a reach according to PFF. Lucas still needs some refinement in pass protection. The good thing about these guys that need stuff, Swank, is that they'll be sitting behind guy in depth and learning all this stuff as we go.
Sure.
And plus he's got that new offensive lineman coach Cromer, right?
Well, and like we said before, man, like we don't need a whole lot. So some of these guys that you can like pick to get coached up, you know, it's not that big a deal. I would like to see a second rounder, you know, weasel his way in to the starting lineup at some point this year, but we'll see.
Mm-hmm.
Rob Mullen says he likes 57 Isaiah Likely, tight end, Coastal Carolina. And then, let's see, Chris Christian says, around what week is Trey expected to return? Right now, it's looking September to October. Is that what it is? Or October to November?
October, November.
October to November. So he might miss the first quarter, if not half of the season.
Right. That's why we need that corner in the first round. That's likely, fella, 6'5", 245, projected about the fifth round. Does a pretty good job, looks like. That's a weird looking logo. What I'm seeing here is the top tight end still on the board, Trey McBride, a guy out of Colorado State. He's a good sized guy. They have him going second round, so he's right in our wheelhouse. This is interesting. This is where it becomes fun. Swank, what do you think we should go here?
Oh, man. Well, before I do that, Booth. Paul Rossi says, Booth first round or pick best of what's left of offensive interior line, D1, edge, linebacker, or running back Hall. He's not sold on Elam fitting with our system. Going to be a lot of quality at 25 and can fill DB needs later. So I think he's basically saying best available if Booth's not there, and then get a defensive back later. Where we're at right now, man, I'll tell you, would everybody hate my guts if I said linebacker?
Probably, it all depends on what the Bills are doing. Are they planning on keeping Edmonds? This will tell a big story, don't you think? If we go after a linebacker in the second round?
Maybe. I mean, Edmonds has a lot of good characteristics aside from some of his flaws, right? So, like, he could still be a great teammate and coach up his replacement, you know what I mean? Or coach up his competition. And he's that kind of guy where I think, you're going to sit there and you're going to play as hard as you can play. But if there's somebody else that's, more gifted than you are, whatever.
We've also got a nice. Go ahead.
Oh no, you're saying wide receiver there. Go ahead, buddy.
Jalen Tolbert, wide receiver. This is someone that I picked a lot of times in the second round. 6'1", 194. He's one of the best big playmaker threats in college football. I think he led in 2021 with 16 deep targets. Look at this game against Arkansas State, 10 catches, 252 yards. For those that want a wide receiver, this guy would be a perfect spot for this position. So let's vote, Swank. What are we going?
Well, I was going all that to say I think line, because I preach that through the K-Gun every year, is that you could never have too much offensive line. And I think we've shored up the D-line. So my vote is going for that big tackle you were talking about, Lucas.
I'm going to go with you. Let's do it. Here we go. Boom. Abram Lucas is now on our team. So right now we have a cornerback and a tackle. Swank. Spencer Brown's our right tackle. Then Doyle will be behind him. Behind Dawkins, I'm unsure of the depth now. So we definitely would address, I think, tackle in the draft. Second round, who knows? Now that's pretty good depth, though. That's for sure pretty good depth.
We got Rob Mullen saying, if linebacker, he'd remove Johnson at the nickel as we play 4-2-5. It would be the same play as Alexander in 2019.
Right.
Rob, you got a lot of good insight, man. I love that you're part of this group, dude. Christian, if we do move up in the first round and want to pick some players, what players do you think could be traded?
You know, I know a lot of guys that want a running back, and Christian McCaffrey and Saquon Barkley are all options to trade Edmonds out to those, because both those teams could use a linebacker. The Giants at 7, and I think Carolina at 10. We could do that with a couple of draft picks and get our corner, Gardner or Sauce Gardner, or even Derek Stingley would be available there. So Swank, real quick, in the third round is where I picked up my lineman. Yep. And this is someone, Donovan West, 6'3", 300 pounds. It's a 3-year starter. He's only allowed like 6 quarterback sacks, 10 pressures. This guy is a center guard. So we're talking about shoring up that line right there. Could be a nice center guard for us. We got I think the fifth rank running back available, Damian Harris. We've already grabbed our tackle. Pierce. Yeah. What did I say? Harris?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, we got some running backs here. We got some linemen here. We got light on. Let's go see what our cornerback situation. This is what I like about this PFF. Perfect. I'm glad this guy is still available. 2 guys still available here, guys. This is one of the underrated small school, Sam Houston, 6'2", 200 pounds, but the guy is fast, like a 4.39 Zion McCollum. He's still available. He could be our speed guy. Or one of the other fastest guys in the draft is Tyreek Woolen from UTSA, cornerback. I actually like those 2 guys being available here. Now, if you look at here, average draft position is 88 for Tyreek, and we're right now picking at 89. This would be considered not a steal. Do we want to shore up this cornerback position?
Yes.
So how about we go after one of the fastest guys in the draft right here with Tyreek Woolen?
Well, since we have one of the fastest guys in the league in our conference right now, division, yeah, I am all about that, dude.
Okay, I'm agreeing with you. I'm glad these 2 are available because I wanted to talk a little bit about those guys. So Mafia, we're actually going to trump you here. We're going to pick our quarterback just to get that out of the way. So right now we have 2 corners in the first 3 rounds. We still have a 4th, a 5th, 2 6th, and a 7th. This is when I believe we should get one of our running backs potentially. We can also get a lineman or interior defensive lineman potentially. There's a guy, Noah Ellis, that potentially could be available. He's from Idaho, 6'4", 346, Tech 1 defensive lineman that we could potentially land right here, Swank, which would be, I think, something we could use.
Yeah. Well, let's see. Let's see what the draft simulator cooks up for us today.
And guys, for those of you who are watching this, don't miss. Okay, let's see who we got here. We got a couple spots. We got our 2 corners and a tackle.
Oh, quarterback. Perfect.
Right here's Lectus Smith, guard. Good sized guy. He could play guard and tackle. We still have a couple running backs here. There's that Noah Ellis guy I was telling you about.
Yep.
We're picking right now 130. Average draft position is 164. He could potentially fall to us 168. So I think we might wait for that guy. So Mafia, who do we want out of these guys? Or is there someone you think we should reach for?
Is there a position group that we're looking to fill right now, you guys think, with the way this is falling?
Right. We're in the 4th round right now. We've already established our 2 cornerbacks and a tackle that can play both sides of the ball. I'm excited about that pick. And I'm not surprised. This potentially could be, we're in a spot now where the Bills pick best player available.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, I know interior offensive line, we can go here. Lectus Smith, there's a guy by the name of Parham from Memphis that usually goes in the 2nd or 3rd round. I think the Bills might address potentially. But right here, this Alec Lindstrom guy from Boston College, he can play both center and guard. Thayer Munford, big body guy out of Ohio State. So there's our offensive lineman. I don't know, Swank. What do you want to go this round?
This Brandon Bean, he sure gets paid a lot of good money, I think.
It sure does. I honestly don't think you can go wrong with any three of these guys right here. Interior defensive line.
Yeah.
And these guys, all three would be the Tech 1 position. Obviously, we signed Jordan Phillips to a 1-year deal. The Settle obviously signed for a couple years, but after those two, I think we're kind of in a hole. You want to go Noah Ellis? Big body guy.
I'm trying to figure out. I thought that I had missed a comment Rob Mullen said about Logan Hall, defensive tackle.
Yeah, I think this is what cool about here. You can go back here. Logan Hall is a second or third rounder. I'm pretty sure he left the board already.
Yeah, that was like last. I just missed the comment when he said it.
Yeah, Logan Hall. Yep, he is from Houston. I'm not sure if he actually played with Eddie Oliver, but yeah, he'd be someone. If he went to the 4th round, he'd be someone for sure you could pick up then. Let me go check. Yeah, he's already gone because I know he's ranked a lot higher.
Yeah, he must have wrote the comment when we were drafting the 3rd round.
Yep.
Let's see, man. I mean, I have a really hard time with wrapping my brain around any sort of D-line guy right now.
Okay.
Just because we have so much and we spent so much, and not just this year, but the last 3 years, we've invested heavily in that, and now I think we finally have the right combination to really be disruptive. So, man, what's wide receiver looking like?
We have Josh Johnson from Tulsa. Not a lot of stats. I know he's a transfer from Iowa State. I think he only played like 4 or 5 games, but he's like a 5'10", 178-pound guy. I know he does get a good grade in this round, I believe. Kyle Phillips, let's see, 5'11". These guys would be slot wide receivers, I believe. 5'11", yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, maybe not.
Swank, Tyquan Thornton, he ran a 4.26. You want to grab him? We'll have the fastest guy. We'll have the 2 fastest guys in the draft with our cornerback and our wide receiver.
Oh, we're doing a Raiders draft from 2 years ago.
Yeah, right. So there's the fastest guy in the NFL potentially, right there.
Sure.
Grab him.
Sure.
All right, we got ourselves a wide receiver.
Congratulations, Mafia.
Rob Mullen, I do like that Virginia Tech pick, Levick Smith, but we went wide receiver here. Now that we've gone wide receiver, corners, running back's a position of interest, interior defensive line still, linebacker. Looked like this just went off the board. I'll say if he fell to us at 168, then that would be a no-brainer. But we'll see who else is coming off. Some people would grab a running back. Kyron Williams just left us. There's a guy I'm a fan of, Pierre Strong, and this would be normally the round where he would go, and if he's still available. Noah Ellis actually still available at interior defensive line, which is exciting. Let's see. This is a guy that I would be excited about if he was still on the board, and he is not. Okay, Pierre Strong is gone. God damn it. That's what I do during the draft too, Swank. When I see somebody get someone I want, it's like, son of a bitch.
Well,
but I'm telling you right now, this Noah Ellis guy is still available.
Sweet.
So I'm going to pull the trigger on that there. Sorry, Mafia.
I'm in it.
But I think it's a steal. He's a tough, strong son of a bitch. He can get forward. He crushes the pocket. He's 350 pounds, and he's a Tech 1 guy where I believe if Jordan Phillips does not sign next year, we have somebody lined up right behind him, which is awesome. Interior defensive line we just took.
Rob brought up a point when we were going around with wide receiver there that we already have Stevenson, and that's true, man. And second-year player. I'd love to see him get more comfortable back there. It seemed like even when he was returning kicks and stuff, we called it like the puppy effect or whatever, where his
Yep.
legs are going faster than his body, and then he got cracked a couple times and fumbled the ball, and it seemed like then he was really hesitant about picking his holes and his lanes. And I know that has nothing to do with his route running, but it is more of just an adjustment to the NFL. So hopefully he makes a huge step in year 2, and they can rely more on him for special team stuff, and hopefully that translates to being lined up on the field.
Yeah, I mean, he's got the talent. Just once he gets comfortable doing it, he'll be a dangerous returner. And Mitch Trubisky found him deep last year during one of the games where he came in. So he had separation. So very cool, very cool. Swanky, we want to address a running back right now. We have Zach Moss, Devin Singletary, and the guy we just picked up, Duke Johnson. Tywan Jones is obviously on our team too, a special teams ace, but really only 3 running backs. I would like a rookie in our backfield for either practice squad, someone to replace that Wade that potentially can show up for a couple games. I'm telling you right now, looking at the running backs, there's not left available after this group right here. After you get past Ty Chandler from North Carolina, these 4 are the 4. And this is what I like about this PFF. You can actually click on the name of Zaquandre White, find out where he's ranked, his PFF rank, but you can also find out his stats from 2021. 6.3 yards a carry. And Swank, look at this. He's only had 105 total carries in his career.
Wow.
So he's fresh, right?
Yeah.
He's fresh. Zonovan Knight from what team is this? North Carolina. Yep. You can go to his stats, figure it out. He's got a 5.4 yard average. A lot of carries. He looks like he's about 450 carries throughout his career, but a 3-year starter for sure. Scores, touchdowns, not a lot. So I'm going to lean towards Zaquandre White. Anybody else have anything against that? Like, you want to get a running back this round?
Sure, man. I don't know. You know how I feel.
Yep. He's good size, 6 foot, 206 pounds.
Yeah, we need that hammer, man. I feel like we need Rob Mullen says, is Robinson still available? Alabama running back. I'm not huge on the running back position because I have faith in Motor, and I like Duke Johnson a lot. I think Moss is a liability at this point. I don't have a whole lot of faith in him. I was watching highlights from last season, and he did have a couple really good games, and really good games. I mean, over 20 yards and a touchdown. You know what I mean? And for me, that's a good game for him. And I don't know if that says more about me or or his play. But he never blew up the ways the guys in that draft class did. I think getting hurt kind of rocked him a little bit. I don't know. I'd love to see him break out and do what he needs to do, but we really need that role, like that bruiser role that you can pick up short yardage so you don't have to rely on Josh Allen to do it, and protect him a little bit. Not saying that I don't want Josh to do it when it's necessary, but I'd rather have just a big body bruiser back there that can pick up those couple yards, like Frank Gore in his prime, that kind of thing. And I know Frank Gore was more than that, but just that dude that can wrangle you 2 yards or a yard and a half, I would love that guy. So.
And I think, honestly, guys, I was a fan of Zach Moss too, Swank, and he's just not cutting it. This guy's built the same way, and I think a fresh, hardly any carries out of the backfield, Zach Moss type running back would probably be better option than our current Zach Moss. Yeah. So let's get him.
Okay.
We got 2 picks left, guys. Swank can probably get the crystal ball out and tell you who our 231st pick is going to be. So this will be the next specialty pick. There's a couple guys we haven't touched on the linebacker yet. Nephi Sewell is a guy potentially we can get here. Linebacker Jeremiah Moon is a guy from Florida State that I like. And here's Nephi Sewell.
Moon just went right before us to the Cleveland Browns.
There he goes. He's a 6'5", 250-pound linebacker that if he kind of looks like Edmonds, so that would be interesting. So, but here's Nephi. Here's Nephi Sewell and Markine McCall. I've already mentioned before in our previous drafts. I can't believe he's available now, but he's also someone that is like 350 pounds, run stopper. What does the Mafia want to draft here? There's Matt Ariza, our punter.
There's
We'll
our
get next
boy.
round. But I'm a fan of linebacker right now for this pick. Keeping in mind, guys, our last 2 years, our 7th pick didn't make the team, but we're still in the 6th. So Nefi Silva from Utah, 6 foot, 226 pounds, kind of light, but he is the same size about as Milano. Aaron Hansford still available, 6'2", 239.
Rob's going for a Arazia.
You're going for a riser right now, Rob?
Yeah.
Get that punter.
Get him. The savior. The special
savior.
team savior. Him
You want to grab him right now?
and Big Boot. I
There you go.
I don't know, man. I'm not much of a gambler, so. But you know, you got less than 20 picks. Where's his average at?
His average is
221. No, I'm
108.
sorry. I meant like
Oh.
where he goes.
Yeah. He is about 221.
Yeah, I'd go for him, man. I want him.
Get a riser.
Yeah,
All right. Who picked that one? Rob Mullen.
Robbie.
All right, let's grab him. Matt Ariza. Let's see if one of those linebackers are still available.
He goes, yes.
That's the point that Swank you made the other day is how many we don't see the Bills using all 8 of these picks. They're going to trade up, we believe, because we don't need all 8. And if you could bump yourself up in the draft a little bit to get someone that potentially could be a guy that pushes the starting team with the practice teams or can make the roster, you'd rather do that.
Yeah, well, and this is a guy that will,
Yep.
as long as he can hold the ball. I mean, other than that, everything else he's shown, I think, with a good transition to the NFL, which, that the Bills will make that happen, right? If he can do that and he can stay consistent punting and he can hold the ball for our boy Big Boot, then I think he's all good. He's a lock. I don't think Hawk makes it through, training camp.
Right.
But
And plus, we'd save $1 million on him. So I'm glad this is the way it looks for our last pick. Swank, we didn't address the interior offensive line. We did get our tackle in the 2nd round. But Luke Walkenberg, Josh Rivas, both those guys could play center guard. And Jason Poe, this guy right here, I'm surprised he's not off the board yet. A little bit shorter. I think he's got his knack is he's got little T-Rex arms. He doesn't have much of a reach. But he is someone from Mercer that could potentially go in the 6th round. So I like all 3 of these guys. I think we should address the interior offensive line. They brought in Saffold, obviously, the man at left guard. We obviously signed Bulker, Bates. We do have Manzies in there and Ford still there. But that left guard, I think they brought in just for the year so we could probably draft someone and mold them into what we need.
sure.
What do we want to go after? 6'4", 300. I like to look at sizes. Ooh, 6'6", 330. Let's go with this guy.
Far.
All right. Let's see. Poe's already, like I said, 6'1", 300 pounds. I think that's where we should go.
Yeah.
Let's get Josh Rivas. Congratulations, Josh Rivas. You just
You're a
nailed.
Buffalo Bill.
You are a Buffalo Bill. And thanks, guys, for doing this with us. We're about to find out. PFF gives us a final grade. I'm guessing we got a B on this. But it's all based on what they rank people. My board looks a little different than theirs, but this is a lovely, fun little mock draft simulator that they let you go through. You can watch each one go as you watch the board. You can find out when they're average picked, when they actually get picked. It's real fun. I'll be using this for our draft show, April 28th. Here comes our grade, Swank.
How do we get a B for? Oh. Oh.
Not
B
bad
plus.
though. B.
What do
B?
we? Oh,
Okay.
I didn't see. We can't see the bottom.
So right here, there we go, guys. Good job.
Right.
So we got Andrew Booth, obviously a corner that we needed, and obviously if he's gone and Kyer Elam are there, Roger McCreary, Kyler Gordon, Trent McDuffie, any of those guys there, I think they could be a potential landing spot for the Buffalo Bills. But Swank, I like that tackle that you picked there. We got a B- for him, but we need the spot, right? We need the depth.
Yeah, why not? I'm thinking where we were at, and that's the whole game of this, right? Is value and what you're gonna get where you're at, and for the team, yeah, I think line depth was huge. But we did basically what we said we wanted to do: 2 corners in the first 3 rounds, right?
Mhm.
Even though we got a real bad grade on Tyreek Woolen.
That's okay though. If we want to address, now we have the fastest wide receiver in the league in our AFC East division. So we're going to have to find someone that can keep up with him going across the middle. And Tyreek Woolen is that guy. He's also good size. I think he's like 6'2", 6'3".
Wow.
He's a big kid.
Yeah, cool.
And then we followed that right up with the fastest wide receiver in the draft, in Tyquan Thornton.
Bang, bang. And we got D's for both.
Hey,
How is Booth a B?
No idea. Some drafts have him going in the second round, so they may think we've actually reached for it. I don't think that's a reach.
No.
Interior defensive line, we got Noah Ellis. Like I said, he's a Tech 1. We got an A for that. We filled our running back with a guy that's only got 150 total carries in his career. So fresh legs and Zaquandre White. Rob Mullen helped us pick Matt Ariza, our punter. 51.1 yards an average punt. His net yards is like 47, 48, which would put him at top of the NFL. I like that pick. And then we nailed it with our guard, big guard, at the end of the 7th. I like that draft. It's a pretty good draft.
Let's see. We got Mullen saying, so is it Ariza or Arazia? How do you say it?
Matt.
Got it. So
his name's Matt. Matt the punter.
I'll think of some like clever thing if we draft him.
All
Rob
right.
says, Matt with him think Pat McAfee, which God, I love. I absolutely love that. Rossi says if he's gone, who's better, the punter from Penn State or the kid from Colorado State? Any ideas?
Well, which one was dubbed as the punting Jesus? Do we know?
Don't know.
Let's find out here. Right now, Matt Ariza. This is PFF's also their little thing that they got here, guys. You can go right to some of their options where you can actually just go to the board and see who their ranked best punters are. Matt Ariza is the top. Jordan Stout from Penn State. Here's your guy, 6'3", 209 pounds. They don't have any stats on him. I really haven't seen this guy punt. I looked at the top guy and saw his booting the hell out of the ball. And who was your other guy, Rossi?
It was Colorado State.
Not even on here.
Well, those are all kids that you can.
He's right here.
Oh, there you go.
Ryan Stonehouse. So those guys are all in the top. They're your top 3 punters.
Nice.
So they're all going to be available. There you go. This guy's big, 6'3", 209 pounds.
Paul Rossi says we got to grab him in the 5th or 6th and can grab a safety from Michigan in the 7th who can play nickel and grow into safety later. Heck of an athlete, willing tackler.
I think he's talking about – are you talking about Daxton Hill? He's been ranked as a cornerback too, but a lot of players have him, a lot of scouts have him being a safety. I think you're referring to Daxton Hill.
Rob says we got a D on punters because they're never drafted. And he said the need is there. And Arizia, well, I have it in my head the way to say it, and then I can't say it. Matt is special. Rob
There he
said,
is,
great
Dax.
draft, man.
Great draft. There's Daxton Hill right here. I want to show the video, but
Yeah, go
it's
ahead.
like, you want me to? We could. This is
Yeah,
what I like
yeah.
about this. We could show the video.
Make sure you mute
There's
it.
no sound. It's muted. We'll fast forward too. All right, this is Daxton Hill, a little highlight. Making a tackle in the backfield. Oh, no, here he is.
Oh, he's recovering this fumble?
Yep, number 30. I like it. I mean, with Poyer and Hyde getting older, we have Jaquan Johnson back there, and we also have DeMar Hamlin back there. But, I mean, the guy looks like he can play the zone and read the short pass there. Yeah, there you go. I wish we had an hour and a half show, Swank. Then we could have showed highlights on each one of these guys that we
Yeah,
picked.
I know, right?
So there he is coming over the top as a safety. Very good pick. That was Hoyer. That was Jordan, Hoyer, and Hyde. Look, here he is dropping back. And you see they're playing actually a 3 deep here. And there he is over the top. I like that as a safety.
Mm-hmm.
That's what we need. He looks a lot like Micah Hyde. So very cool. That would be awesome. Guys, next week, we're picking the Bills' first pick in the 25th pick, but we're also going to go through all 32 teams and pick that first round. So we might dedicate a little more time to that. But we're going to use that pick and see how well we actually do on our fantasy football draft, our mock draft, and our draft show that we are having on April 28th. Show's going to start at 7. We're going to talk about football for an hour, and we're going to watch these 32 lives change forever as the first round goes down under the books. But yeah, we can't wait to see you there. We're going to have food, booze, and the booze will be brought to you by our friend, Mr. Rossi.
Yeah, thanks, Paul.
He
Man.
donated to the cause, and we will be drinking some yummy beer thanks to you, and we appreciate it. We appreciate you, Mr. Rossi, and thank you very much. And we'll be doing a draft show. We'll be picking every team. We'll have phone calls, so you guys can call in whenever you want. We'll have that conversation.
Yeah.
But yeah, this was fun.
Yeah.
This was fun.
Big time fun. You want one last question before we go?
Yeah, go ahead.
What's the thought process on combining day 2 picks to get back into round 1?
Day 2 picks is round 2 and 3. It all depends to me. It all depends on how fast these corners come off the board. If you see, obviously Stingley and Gardner will be the first top 10, I believe. But if you see Booth and McCreary and Kyler Gordon and Trent McDuffie come off before 20, I could see the Bills actually probably trading up to get one of those guys if they start going that quick. But then there will be no one available in the second round or third round, so they might actually bump up in the first. If they are thinking getting rid of Edmonds, if they're thinking about replacing him, I'm telling you, we'll see a lot. We'll know a lot after this draft if they get a linebacker in the first or second round, because that's a pretty big move and a bold statement. If they move up in the first round to get someone like a Nakobe Dean, I think that'll tell a story. And if he's there and they do it, they're drafting for immediate starter.
Yeah.
And not immediate starter, but within the next 2 years.
Yeah. Cool.
I like it, though. I like it. Get your players now. All right.
Yeah.
I had fun, Swank.
Yeah, me too, man.
Fandemonium, happy Easter. Enjoy your Sunday. Drive safe. I know a lot of people are going to see families today. Enjoy your loved ones, your family, friends, and remember what today is for. And yeah, we can't wait to see you next Sunday. And then we won't have a show next Tuesday, but we will have our draft show. This Tuesday coming up is the K-Gun Report with me, Jared, and Swank.
Yep.
We'll be talking Bills football, so join us at 8.
That's right. And you can catch up on all the episodes, Facebook Live, YouTube Live, Twitter now, and I'm working on a Twitch thing. So we almost did that today, but ran out of time. So follow us on Twitter, at Swank247BF, at Scott247BF, hey, at Jared247BF. And
hey.
Yeah,
All right.
come hang with us, man, all the time. You going somewhere?
My wife just opened the garage door. That's her sign to say, we got to get going. But no, we love you, Fandemonium. Love you, Bills Mafia. And we'll see you on Tuesday, the K-Gun Report.
See you.
Go Bills!
Go Bills.
This is a dangerous